Pilot proposes to girlfriend mid-flight in heartwarming video. Imagine watching him walk back to the cockpit if she said no. Just another reason not to fly. Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to the 80th episode of Laugh While the World Burns. And it's also the 2-year anniversary of the akornzstash YouTube channel, which has only been made possible by viewers like you. As most of you know, I'm Akorn, and I hope you're ready for your weekly dose of idiocracy. So let's get into it. Texas man admits kidnapping 79 people to probe them while disguised as an alien. You just can't make it up anymore. Tax cuts are worthless if the government keeps overspending. Inflation is the real tax. One of the biggest ones, too. Zoo asks public to donate unwanted small pets to feed captive predators. Yeah, they wanted people to send in cats, dogs, and even horses. I actually saw another story where a zoo had too many monkeys. They were starting to get overpopulated, so they culled them and fed them to the lions. Whoever stole my car thought they were finally going to get a meal out of me. Surprise, I'm broke too. Yeah, it sounds about right. You already broke, and then you get your card stolen too. Why can't we have a normal nuclear apocalypse instead of this slow, agonizing collapse? Well, with the way things are going, we're headed toward both scenarios. The only question is which one will happen first? It's the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. Release it all. Burn it all down. Problem solved. I don't even know if I can show this meme. Yeah, here's the proof that the Bermuda Triangle is still working. If you're incapable of criticizing your favorite politician, you're in a cult. Very true. Call them out no matter what side they claim to be on. Because no matter what party it is, they're certainly not on our side. Add large googly eyes to your ghillie suit for added psychological warfare. That would actually be pretty funny in some ways. Cheyenne to host massive AI data center using more electricity than all Wyoming homes combined. But remember, it's all our fault because we use our air conditioner and drive a gas-powered car. Choose a major you love and you'll never work a day in your life because that field isn't hiring. Especially in a lot of the so-called degrees that they put out these days. A pessimist sees a dark tunnel. An optimist sees the light at the end of the tunnel. A realist sees a freight train. The train driver sees 3 fools standing on a track. You know, in recent weeks, I've seen so many train crash videos because of people stopping on the tracks for whatever reason. Very often, it's because they pull onto the tracks right when the arms come down, and instead of driving through those traffic stop arms, they will actually get out of their car and leave it and wait for the train to hit it. The only thing I can come up with is that they're doing it for the insurance. Although, in these days, there are people that's just that dumb. Guest fined $500 for misusing hotel hairdryer. AI scans could soon monitor every move you make in your room. Cell phones and everything else up to this point has been bad enough, but people have only started to realize what the surveillance state really means. Coming to everywhere pretty darn soon. I love my country and I want to defend it.
Racist extremist.
I love my country and I want to protect it.
Yes, we must defend Ukraine's sovereignty and democracy.
Yellowstone visitors horrified after tourists walked across forbidden off-limits zone in flip-flops. The Yellowstone Invasion of the Idiots Facebook group reported the July 28th incident. Like I've said in a lot of past shows, I just started calling them the people of Yellowstone. And this case here is pretty mild compared to what they usually do. Harry Sisson. Wow. In newly unearthed footage, Donald Trump bragged about hiring a 17 or 18-year-old girl, calling her beautiful and pretty. This man is so creepy. This is who MAGA supports. Democrats' favorite influencer, Harry Sisson, accused of tricking 11 women, including an abuse survivor, into sending explicit photos via Snapchat. It's funny how projection works, the pot calling the kettle black. Know your petals. If you're in fear for your life, then you do what you have to keep yourself and your family safe. Hand these out and let nature take its course. I guess that would be one way. Got a 220 version? When your meme offends Democrats and Republicans. This guy was tired of seeing Americans with Chinese tattoos, so he showed her what it looks like to a Chinese person. I guess that is true, but Chinese, Japanese, and some of the others' writing styles looks more like artwork to us than writing. Just a daily reminder, Bondi hasn't arrested a single high-level politician, despite there being overwhelming evidence of their criminality. Even if they did anything at this point, it would either be theater or some sacrificial pawns just to pacify some people and try to get them to move on. Listened and silent are spelled with the same letters. Think about that. So is enlist. So what does that mean? And here's another one out of Florida.
Don't mess with this alligator. When a woman tried to stop the beast from attacking a herd of deer, he got his revenge, and let's just say she's gonna need a new pair of shoes.
A herd of deer is munching away, but they're not the only ones ready for a meal. A slithering gator is lurking. The cunning reptile makes his move.
Here he goes, he's on the move. He's really moving now.
Then, out of nowhere, a white shoe flies through the air. Seconds later, another shoe. The homeowner has joined the fight, and she's on Team Deer. The fearless lady emerges, and this time she's aiming for a direct hit.
No.
Not so fast.
That serves her right, throwing the shoe in.
Here's hoping that gator enjoys a tough piece of leather for lunch.
I've seen a lot of things in my life, but I've never seen a smoking Corolla using a selfie stick. When I first saw the photo, I did think it kind of looked like it's smoking a cigarette. But after I read it, I can't unsee the selfie stick though. Iran and Israel immediately after a blue-haired girl posted, "Please stop the war." Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that. Legend says only a construction worker pure of heart may retrieve it. There's Disney's next movie, The Tape and the Stone. Can we have a Slap a Karen Day sometime in August, please? I wish I had that authority, James. It should be a federal holiday, and all the managers will get their revenge. Urgent petition. Why is Mark Carney pushing to ban cash? Carney's policy banning cash, even for churches and doctors, attacks financial privacy and freedom, not just criminals. I think this is another one coming out of Canada. You have the flip side of this already being enforced in Mexico starting in February of 26, I believe it is. If you guys were interested in that one, I might put it in next week's show. Follow this example when buying high-end luxuries in California by dressing for the occasion. A new mask is available to protect you from seeing, hearing, or speaking about what's really going on. Fact check true. A TV show they force you to watch in hell. If I had to pick one, I guess I'd probably go with The View. What do you guys think? Would you pick the view or something else? Epstein's clients. A $600 Vimo transaction. That's still not good enough for them, though. They want to know every penny. This wasn't always used for storing food. Like and share the video if you understand. Your best friend is unaliving, and you have to eat this to save them. I'm sorry, man, but I just don't like strawberry Pop-Tarts. Okay, students, you got 2 minutes left. I guess technically that would be one of those failed successfully situations.
Hadouken!
Stop complaining about your life. There are literally people living in California. That is something to think about, especially some of the people that don't want to be there, along with Oregon, Washington, Illinois, New York, and some other places. The No Kings guys having a beer 5 years ago. Survey finds 7% of adults in the U.S. believe chocolate milk comes from brown cows. And believe it or not, guys, this is true. I had the news article on a past show. If you're ever frustrated in traffic, just remember, there's a 50-lane highway that merges into 4 lanes in China. I guess they're not done building the other 46 lanes yet. Pilot. We are now flying over 20,000 feet. I love the fact that they had to add the AI logo down here in the bottom, as if we thought this was real. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to have to start checking the box for this video could contain altered content on all of my future uploads, because apparently the algorithm doesn't understand memes or satire. Why do Democrats flee an area when they start getting exactly what they voted for? They move on to the next city. 10 more minutes of sleep. Finding out how jelly beans are made. Me at 1 a.m. Why is it anytime it starts getting late at night that we end up watching how it's made type videos? Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because it's fake. That's true with many different topics. 1880, 1910, 2020, but beware of the rising sea levels. The Big Beautiful Bill. Might as well be, because there's so much in there that most people still don't realize what it's gonna mean. The listing photos. The home inspection. That's what happens when you wear all these so-called fashion designer shoes. We need to release the list. There is no list. The list is on my desk. The list is fake and made by Obama. Won't be long, and I probably won't be able to have these memes either. Lakers to erect a statue of LeBron James. Well, if they do, I guess this could be one of the potential designs. If all women's sports was this interesting, I might actually watch some of them. Take a look at this.
All right. Follow that, Mimi Roads. Kiriakou to an inch. Helping hand from your partner there. My God. What a thrill. What a shot.
Landlord. And no cats or dogs. Me. No problem. Jamie Lee Curtis says nobody knows which of her daughters are trans, and she wouldn't have it any other way. From Fox News, resurfaced video shows Zoran Mondani saying domestic violence wouldn't be a priority for the NYPD. Wonder why that might be. New electric bike license scheme to be tested on school-aged riders. Yeah, they got everybody riding all these e-bikes and scooters, and now they're going to make a license for it so that then they can add just one more tax to all the other ones in the list that we pay. Alabama miracle boy wakes before doctors pull plug. A 13-year-old boy in the U.S. state of Alabama regained consciousness just after his parents signed the paperwork to donate his organs. Trent McKinley suffered severe brain trauma when he fell from a car trailer which flipped over and hit his head. Doctor told his parents he would not recover and that his organs were a match for 5 children who needed transplants. Far too much of this stuff happening these days. California School Board resigns after audit shows $180 million in wrongly received funds, wasteful spending, and nepotism. As if they didn't realize that they weren't supposed to have received $180 million on top of whatever else they already got. The TV show River Monsters ended because Jeremy Wade literally caught every large freshwater fish species on Earth and simply ran out of content for the show. I've actually heard this before, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me at all as far as species goes. The Democrat anchor baby congresswoman admits the truth. I'm a proud Guatemalan before I'm an American. By her own statement, that is holding an allegiance to another nation besides the U.S. Therefore, that does fall under the U.S. Constitution. And by looking it up, it is Article 6, Clause 3, requires all senators, representatives, state legislators, and all executive and judicial officers of both the U.S. and several states to be bound by oath or affirmation to support the Constitution. This oath specifically laid out in 5 U.S. Code 3331 includes the phrase, I will support and defend the Constitution of the U.S. against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. This commitment to the U.S. Constitution inherently precludes allegiance to any foreign government or entity. So yes, this congresswoman is breaking the Constitution and her oath by openly stating that she holds an allegiance to another country besides the U.S. Court cancels consumer-friendly click-to-cancel rule. A federal appeals court has blocked enforcement of the FTC rule that prohibited companies from making it any more difficult for consumers to cancel than it was to sign up for unwanted subscriptions, memberships, and auto renewals. Yes, of course, the only good thing that the FTC has ever done, and the court takes it down. That is one narrow set of stairs, but coming down the stairs would be worse than going up. Teacher written up for absenteeism for not coming into work for free during the summer. You can't make this stuff up. Things just keep getting dumber and dumber every day. Well, your wife managed to unlock your phone an hour ago. Do you want to go home first, or shall we leave now? Don't have a bookmark? Try using a taco. Actual photo of an actual book found in the book drop at a library in Florida a couple years ago. People are that stupid. Palmero contractor pays $20,000 fine in loose change. I read this article, and basically, there's a couple guys that was looking at a piece of land. They went and talked to the town's officials about what they wanted to do. They were told everything would be fine. They bought the piece of land, done what they said, and then the town fined them $20,000 for violating their ordinance. So, he paid for it in U.S. legal tender. But now they're trying to figure out a way to basically fine him again for all the extra hours that people had to work to count this. Have you ever noticed? No, I hadn't, but if it was gonna be any place, that should just be the entrance to Australia. I know I got some Aussies here on the channel. I don't know how you guys do it down there. I don't think I'd be able to go anywhere without a 12 gauge and a flamethrower. And I'll end today's show with this. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. That is true, especially in this day and age of information being at people's fingertips. Kinda sad how so few people actually use it for that purpose. If you enjoyed today's show, please hit that like, subscribe, and share the video with your family, friends, and social media. And thanks for joining me here today on the 2-year channel anniversary, where we're currently closing in on 40,000 subscribers here in our YouTube community. I'd like to thank all of our channel members, super thanks, buy me a coffee, those ordering merch, and all of my subscribers and viewers for your support over these past 2 years. Because this show is only made possible by viewers like you. And with that said, I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this week. And I'll see all of you back here on Friday's show. This is Akorn, over and out.